I'm going to try and survive the next 100 days in Enshrouded, where I'll be taking on the mysterious shroud that blankets the land, along with its many dangerous foes. Oh, ooh, sure it's cunning bandit scavengers, and the fearsome monstrosities themselves. Come on, buddy. Come on. So close to taking you out. All the while, building an exquisite, cozy home for myself. Finally, a big shout out to Keen Games for sponsoring this video, and a huge thank you for supporting this channel.
Now, your time has come. Awake.
It began kinda strange, I must say. I woke up in a metal teapot sort of thing, and if that wasn't odd enough, I found myself talking to a flame. I then started exploring the world outside.
Can we collect anything from here? Chop down some trees maybe? Nope, our fists ain't strong enough.
Well, as my exploration continued, it led me through a creepy tunnel where I had to fight some eerie humanoids. It wasn't all for nothing though. I obtained my first weapon there, a cool looking sword. It surely did come in handy.
What's up, mate? I got a sword. Ready to take you on, man. Ooh, another sword. Brilliant.
After some time checking things out, I somehow leveled up. Being a complete noob in Enshrouded, I had no idea what to do with those points. Oh well. I then got into crafting, placing down a flame altar, and making some tools. I also set up a workbench and a fireplace, cooking some grub from a wolf I had downed earlier. Sorry about that. Later on, I managed to find a ruined town with a few useful things, including a bed. It was a bit out of the woods, but I decided to camp there for the night.
Oh, brilliant!
With the start of day 2, I decided to work on my first base. This game is known for its amazing base building capabilities, so I decided to give it a shot. I had a few ideas of what I wanted to do and just went with the flow. It was quite surprising by how seamlessly the building mechanics worked. I just thought of something and instinctively knew how it could be done. It was so good at customizing a build. The only problem was I couldn't stop.
There we go. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. I say brilliant.
By day 3, I ended up with this beautiful, cozy cabin in the woods, complete with a few homely additions. However, there was more to do. I crafted some armor and a wand and went to check out a nearby place of interest, covered with that mysterious shroud.
Holy smoke, this one there. Oh, never mind. There we go. Down she goes. Alright, what do we get here? Oh, there's a chest, bros. What is that? Metal star mace? What? Okay.
Now that I had a base to work with, I decided to take on one of the quests. The thing is, I had to get through the shroud pit to get there, and to be honest, it wasn't something I really wanted to do. So, I moved my butt as fast as I could out of that dreadful place and made it to the other side of the valley.
Alright, we made it.
I then came across a few enemies called scavengers. To proceed, I had to take them down.
Here we go. Come on, buddy. What are you trying to do? You can't get away from me.
After taking care of the scavengers, it seems like I would be in the clear. Right? Wrong. I forgot one thing. There was still a screeb around.
Okay. Why did you do that, Kamz?
Well, I had to get back to the location, grab my loot, and take care of one more enemy to free the NPC stuck in the teapot. Oh yeah, there was also a hidden door with a loot chest behind it, but it required a lockpick, and at the time, I didn't have any on me.
I don't have lockpicks, bro.
Back at base, I crafted the summoning staff and summoned my first helper, the blacksmith. Along with him, a few stations were unlocked, the forge and the charcoal kiln. But to get the forge working, the charcoal kiln had to be completed first, and then I had to process a few items to get the charcoal required. While hanging around at base waiting for the charcoal, I somehow made an oopsie. Yeah, I blew a huge hole in one of the sides of my base. Just don't ask me how that happened. Anyway, luckily it was a quick fix and looks like nothing ever happened. Done with the repairs to the base, I farmed a few bits and bobs and got the forge up. This unlocked an upgrade to my armor. On day 6, kitted out with a set of fur armor, I felt a bit adventurous and opted to take on the Elixir Well quest. Basically, for this quest, you just had to defeat a couple of enemies and make your way through the Shrouded Cave. Keep in mind that there's a timer, and once that timer ends, you end as well. This one had a boss in it, or a mini-boss, so I had to subtract him from the equation. Whoopa! Oh, ooh, sure it.
We don't want to get hurt again, bro.
Oh, oh, oh. Come on. Oh, we did it. Oh, my freaking soul, we did it. All right. Once that was done, I had to chop down the shroud root.
I don't know what is a filling axe. Am I going to die here? Oh, there we go. Brilliant.
I returned to the base where I was able to upgrade my altar, increasing the size of the area I could build in. For the other upgrade, I needed a few more foreign items, so that had to wait a bit. Next on the list was to get a glider. I could farm resources for it as the items were nearby, some shroud wood from the valley and the other items that I had at base. Then, my friends, my first glider was created. Additionally, I went out to look for sources of scrap metal, chopping down everything in sight, hoping to get a sight of metal. However, I found a way to get as much metal as I wanted. Turns out, those darn teapots could be harvested for metal scraps. You bet, I spent the rest of my time farming those bad boys. Day 8, I had enough metal to upgrade my pickaxe and got a new sword at the same time. I wasn't done though, as I went back to the cinder vault to farm up more metal scraps with my new and improved pickaxe. Afterwards, I started up the forge to smelt the metal scraps into metal sheets, and with the metal smelted, I was able to get the full set of rising fighter armor. To test out my new gear, I shot off back to the shroud route and took on the boss again. Well, or like 2 more times, because I found this really cool legendary sword. So, I had to test that out as well. The following day, I set off to the ancient spire tower. It was quite a distance, to be honest, and along the way, I stumbled upon an enemy scavenger camp. Of course, they weren't too pleased to see an unwanted guest. We then shared a few heated discussions, to say the least. After some intense negotiations and a lot of swordplay, I managed to convince them to take a nap permanently. There was also a chest in the camp, and I bagged another legendary item. I had no idea what it did, but it was legendary, so I guessed it was a really good item. Finally, I reached the ancient spire, though my troubles were just beginning. You see, in order to get to the top of the tower, I had to endure and navigate through a series of puzzles and traps, unlocking different sections, gates, and not forgetting those chests with some really cool loot. Eventually, making my way up to the top of the tower, which could now be used as a fast travel point to get around the map. Having the tower unlocked, I could travel further with the help of my glider. So, I set my course to the next quest, one of the Flame Sanctums, to retrieve the all-important Spark. With the Spark now retrieved and some of the items I had on hand, I was able to strengthen my flame, giving me access to more areas, increasing my shroud time, and increasing the number of altars I could place down. Yeah, the character bonus thing too. Righto, it was off to liberate the next NPC from the ancient vault of the Hunter. On my journey towards the Hunter's vault, I stumbled upon a flame shrine and obtained the Spark. Got into a tussle with a pack of wolves. Hey yo, wait, just chill. Here you go out there too, buddy. And checked out a nearby cave for its hidden loot. There is a chest, however. We'll take all of that. Reaching the vault entrance, I encountered a new enemy called the Vuka, or something like that. Their appearance made me hesitant, but I had to proceed. Cautiously, I used my bow to attack from a distance, ensuring none were left standing.
I'm so scared to get into a battle with them. Okay, never mind.
Oh, look at that animal fur. Backstab! One plus side to this location, there was a ton of animal fur lying around. I then entered the vault and found that it had a few puzzles and traps. but nothing too difficult to handle. Navigating through, I made my way to the hidden vault and freed the hunter. Back at base, I summoned the hunter and noticed she had a set of level 8 armor, which was really enticing. Although, I really couldn't stay in chat as there were other things on my mind that I wanted to do, like going after the next NPC at the ancient vault of the alchemist. This vault was straightforward. I just made my way through the area, sword slapping a bunch of Screebaruba scavengers. Not good, buddies! And locating the alchemist, who was also imprisoned in a giant teapot.
And I'm gonna take my alchemist out of here. Sweet! Alchemist apprentice gloves. Nice.
I then summoned him at base and checked out what he had to offer. The previous day, I noticed that a new quest was unlocked, and from what I knew, it was a quest with some really awesome loot. Of course, I had to go give it a little look-see. I traveled to a location called the Scavenger's Stash, and after dealing with the troops on guard duty... What's up, man? What's up? But, get wrecked. I had free reign to loot the stash within. Man, was this one heck of a find.
Let's take this. Beautiful.
With some daylight left, I opted to tick off one of the quests located nearby. All that was required was to read an inscription on an obelisk. Oh yeah, peeps. After a long spell of questing, I decided to extend my base to accommodate the new recruits. But first, I had to gather the materials needed to start the upgrade, then process them into different building blocks I was going to use, and, well, it was time to mess around a bit. Right, what are we going to do today? I have no freaking idea. What I wanted to do was give each NPC their own little spot for all of their workstations and make sure there was enough space to get around the base. That's when I decided to extend each side of my wooden hut. Then it was all about making these extensions work and making it somewhat pleasing to the eyes, which I didn't think turned out that bad. But bear with me, the next edition drastically changed the look of this build. On day 16, I had a brainwave to use the cool plant fiber roof structures to put the finishing touches on the base. And man, this move totally lifted up the build. I was so surprised at how it ended up. Not only did it give the base a facelift, it just opened up the place. It felt like I had tons of space. Yeah, it looked really amazing. The following day, I set off for the ancient vault of the farmer. There, I had to navigate through some puzzles and traps.
Oh my soul, there's 3 of these? How the freak am I gonna get across? Oh, just like that, Kamz. Brilliant. Jeez. These things are crazy. What? 159? That will take me out, bro?
I stumbled upon a golden chest, which unfortunately didn't quite live up to its hype. And well, I guess I paid the price for not paying attention to my stamina.
Ooh! No. The freak! Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Anyways, back at it again. I made it to the farmer's vault and set it free, of course.
Hey, buddy! There we go. Awaken the farmer.
Day 18, I summoned the farmer at base. I was also able to get the grinder up and running, which was unlocked by the alchemist. From there, I ventured out to gather a few additional resources needed from the Shrouded Valley.
Could this be Enshrouded? Yes, indeed, my friends.
And then finally, I crafted myself a new handy-dandy spiritual cane, courtesy of the alchemist.
How the freak am I gonna get you, man? 35, alright. Crazy stuff!
I decided to take on one of the quests from my NPC friends. This one took me back towards the ancient farmer's vault. But just on the other side, I had to explore a town called Westcott. Not as easy as it sounds though, as there stood an enemy camp with much higher leveled scavengers.
Jeez! What am I to do with these bees? Are they gone? Nice. Gotcha, man.
Anyways, I got to where I needed to be, but it turned out to be just a clue that led to another clue. Considering the number of enemies at this camp, I had to return to base to stock up on supplies. During my journey to the next location, I came across another ancient spire. It looked like it was just within arm's reach, so I thought it would be a good idea to embark on a little side quest. As you may have gathered, I didn't really know what the red mist meant. I just dove in.
Gonna unlock a whole lot of things for us, but we need to avoid the shroud. Don't think it's gonna look good for us here, man. Oh, frick. I don't want to go in here. Shroud consumed you.
And so I was left with the task at hand, finding the hunter's spindle. I swiftly made my way through the next enemy camp, trying to dodge their attacks to the best of my ability. Fortunately, I was saved by a rundown bridge that gave me the space to outrun the scavengers. However, it was late and I didn't want to be running around in an unfamiliar area, so I set up a flame altar and teleported back to the base to rest. Returning to the altar previously placed, I noticed that it was pretty close to the Revelwood ancient spire. You bet, I had to take it on to unlock another fast travel point.
Let's go ahead and do this spire. Move on to the hunter's quest. This is it, the fireball. Whoa, my goodness. That was crazy, yo. We made it through. And we need to go, whoop, pause that one. I just want to get this over with. That's what I want to do. Whoa! The frick? Kamz. Yo! Okay, looks like I have to go back up there and see what I need to do, because I'm, yeah, it's not working out for us. No ammo. Gotta be kidding me. Can we craft some, maybe? Please, oh please, oh please, oh. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh yes. Beauty. What the freaking beauty! There you go. This should be it, right? It's dark again. Can't believe it. We made it.
Once the tower was unlocked, I had the means to travel to the location where the hunter's spindle was hidden.
I think this is what we need. Oh, son! Thank you! Hand spindle. Oh, that is great stuff.
I guess it was about that time to start working on a farm. So, I headed off to the altar I had placed at Revelwood. Not too far from the altar was a town called Ayyoooo, which had exactly the plant I needed. Flax. Flax was required in most armor recipes. There was also a plot filled with farm soil. Digging up the farm soil meant that I didn't need to craft it. It was a no-brainer. I had to collect as much as I could. Back at base, I got to work on building a small area for my crops. I placed down some wooden structures for a border and filled in the space with the farm soil I obtained. Not forgetting to craft a seed bed with the flax seedlings in order to start growing them. While waiting for my flax seedlings, I went ahead and tidied up the farm area a bit, as I wasn't really happy with the way it looked. Once the seedlings were ready, I spread them out across the farming plot to test things out, hoping that I was doing the right thing. Then, it was off to a nearby salt deposit to acquire as much salt as I could get. Back at the drying rack, I laid out some animal fur to dry with the salt.
We got tons of this, so I'm gonna put this here. Maybe just, control... Yeah, maybe just use 10 for now.
Bright and early the following day, I went to harvest the flax that were ready. I used a few of them to get more seedlings, and the rest we used in the hand spindle to craft linen. Afterwards, I set off to the altar in Revelwood. The reason for this was it had a small amber mine close by, and I needed amber for the new armor that I wanted to get. Returning to base, needing to wait a bit for the materials to process, I decided to tinker a little with building a cool area for my crops and for the farmer. By day 25, I put the finishing touches to my little farming area, also adding in some stone structures for a bit of color. As I continued waiting for more flax flowers, I went ahead and farmed metal scraps from the cinder vault to prep for my next quest. And then finally, obtaining all of the resources required, I was able to craft a full set of ranger armor.
That's what we wanted to get.
Yeah. I planned to get the next NPC, but I got sidetracked when I came across another ancient spire and decided to tackle that instead. Okay, so I have to press that one. No problemo. Got that. Oh, we just need one switch here. There it is. Nope, not that. I'm so confused. What is happening here? Ah, there we go. Golden chest, broskies. What is this? Melee weapon, hatchet. Well, it's a good thing I went for this first because now we have a spawn point. Brilliant. Ancient spire of the meadows. Done. Commune with the flame. Okay, so we'll just wait for the morning and get back out here. Rested and ready to go, I journeyed towards the carpenter's vault on a rescue mission. This was a little different from the others. I found myself navigating through a shrouded cave, taking on some new enemies that dealt quite a bit of damage to me. Oh, there's another one. Come on, buddy! Oof. Hey, yo. Jeez. Bro? Wait. Got ya. Oh, smokes. Oh my goodness. Just a little shaky there from the camster. I then reached the vault of the carpenter and set him free. We got it. Awaken the carpenter. Well, that is if he was truly free, because he will spend the rest of the video at my base. I decided to take on some side quests for the next few days, completing the salt mine location quest. Ah, there you go. There's them salts. This is what we needed to find. Yeah, we found it. The eternal spell. Jeez. You guys hit hard? Hey, give me them bones. Probably you'll need them. I'm so confused. Find the eternal spell. I just went in there. There's nothing in here. You guys are messing with me. Can't go anywhere here. Neither can I go here. This is the end of the road. Oh, so somehow I finished the eternal spell. I don't know. What do I have that's probably this, right? Eternal ice bolts. Alright, there we go. And a story of rot. Then I shot over to the Queen's Catacombs quest. Okay, so we're at the mission area. Let's go ahead and use our lockpicks. Get in there. What? Where you guys come from? Huh? What's wrong with you? Well, I need to just move here. Come on, buddy. There we go. That's what we like to see. Let's save my ammo. Okay, dokes. Let's go and find some more. Alright, so the other one should be somewhere here. There we go. Let's grab this. There we go. Need to aim a little higher. No problemo. We got it. How's that? There's the last one. Awesome, mate. Awesome. And that is open. Let's go get the treasures hidden within. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Ooh. However, while I was doing so, I noticed that the area looked rather familiar from a video by Level Up Gaming, and this was for a really cool sword that I needed to include in my arsenal. I mean, I was right there, so I might as well check things out. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. I also spotted those creepy plants that drop the sacks required to craft the new glider, which I managed to grab a few. Having struggled with backpack space for a very long time, it was finally time to tackle that issue by crafting a new medium-sized backpack from the hunter. I mean, look at all that glorious space. Then it was back to Lone Thistle. Turns out I forgot to pick up the sword previously, and while I was there, I went ahead to do the Alchemist's Mortar quest. I also found a shrine nearby and obtained some spark. Yeah, I returned to Lone Thistle once again, this time to obtain more shroud sacks. But I ran into a few enemies and one really OP son of a strange woman. Frick! He almost wiped me out. Luckily, I bought myself some time to regroup and take down all the enemies in the area. I then searched the grounds of Lone Thistle for more of those blue alien-like plants to harvest them for shroud sacks. Once I had the items in hand, the new glider was created. On my way to the next quest, I stumbled upon a huge clay deposit. Seeing as I needed clay for one of the workstations, I went ahead to mine as much as I could get. There was also a small deposit of copper nearby. Yeah, I grabbed some of that as well. Afterwards, I set off on the next quest assigned by the blacksmith. However, I had to get past a couple of high-level screebs that packed a whole lot of punch. It was rather difficult dealing with them, but I somehow managed to take them out and made my way to the location of the crucible for a smelter. To craft the smelter, I needed a kiln. Fortunately, I had the resources for that. Not so much for the fired bricks that I had to use to craft the smelter. I guess I needed to collect more resources again. Wood logs were gathered from the nearby trees, and then I shot off to Ayyoooo to mine some clay. Back at the base, while waiting for the fired bricks to process, I decided to start upgrading my base by adding in rough stone blocks to the bottom level. The fired bricks were ready on day 34, and I went straight ahead to craft the smelter. From there, I wanted to start prepping for my main base build and needed a few items. First up, it was up to Ayyoooo again to unlock the half timber block. Somehow, I didn't pick it up the last time I visited. Returning to base, I learned the materials required to craft it and set out to gather what was necessary. I needed just one more item to unlock before I could work on my base. However, some parts were lost in a town called Thornhold. Reaching Thornhold, I encountered a few nasty bandits. For some reason, they didn't seem too welcoming. Maybe I smelled different or something. Anyway, I took care of them swiftly. I was then prompted to search a nearby scavenger camp. Oh boy, was that something. You see, there was this really OP green mother trucker that simply refused to be beaten. And he freaking kicked my butt like super hard. I tried to run, but that fool just chased me down. And I guess it bought me some time to ponder about life and how it was going for me. Obviously, that didn't work out. I was back at it to try my luck once again. It was a lengthy battle, and I gave it my best shot. But yeah, he won the fight the second time around. I then decided it was about time to give that one a rest. Early the next morning, I tried a different approach, using the terrain to my advantage. From the top of a hill, I sniped all the enemies I could and eventually cleared a path to reach the saw blades. I was quite intrigued by one of the scavengers in the area. Man, was it a huge beast. Luckily, I found a spot where I could attack the matron without getting into trouble. Unfortunately, the matron got too close and I couldn't get a clear shot. Not wanting to mess up again, I decided to call it quits and left the area. With the blades obtained, I was able to craft the saw table. Of course, I needed more resources again, so I went out to gather more wood and more clay. It was time to work on my final base. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. It was just a matter of how I was going to achieve it. I started by extending the base a little to map out what exactly I needed to do. I also placed down some temporary structures to get a better idea of what things would look like. This looks fantastic. Then I gave myself some time to experiment with a few ideas. Alright, so I got another look here. I just replaced the roofs here, but I think this looks a bit better, I think. Not entirely sure. But I kind of liking this one. Let me just see if I finish this up here. What happens? Yeah, it's the same thing. Right. Well, look at that. Turned out pretty neat. Yeah, at this point, I think things were going the way they should. Oh, mate. That looks perfect. Freaking perfect. At least it's not so flat in the front. Oh, look at that. Beauty. It's looking beautiful. Alright, so let's get cracking with the rest of the base.
I'm getting carried away here. Do mind me.
I worked on more extensions on the base, as well as topping things off with a really smart looking roof. And finally, I put in the finishing touches to reveal this awesome looking structure that I could call my base.
I've done all the trimmings, the railings. I just need to tackle the roof. I was just a bit tired of that. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet.
Wanting to change the scenery a little, I opted to take on some quests. I checked out the alchemist's rumors.
Oh, we're pretty cool here. She's going down. Hey, buddy. There we go. That's it. Right here. Down she goes.
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Take this one out.
Okay. And then search for the hidden tombs.
Freaking hate these creepy crawlies, man. Is this it? This is it. Hey, yo. Let's go.
On day 43, I made the long journey towards my next quest. It seemed further than I expected, leading to a roadblock.
Alright, so, yeah, we came to the end of the road here. But I do have a plan to get up there, if possible. Oh, frick. Well, I need to get rid of these guys first.
I thought using the altar and structures would get me over, but that didn't seem to work.
Never mind. I need to find a spot to put this.
However, I did find an alternate route and a new spire, but it was getting dark, so I decided to place my altar and tackle it at daylight. It was time to take on the ancient nomad spire.
Okie dokes, forgot to grab this.
Ooh,
wow. Level 30. I mean, 30 power. Oh, wait. I didn't pick it up. Righty. We need to get some buttons. I see one right here. Can we get to it though? Yeah, that's cool. Got that. It's going to be crazy. Oh, smokes. Holy. That was a good thing I stopped there. Jeez. How are we gonna get past these? They're so fast. Whee! That's super fast, bro. Right, we got that one done. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Jeez. Right, we got that. Now, where do we go? That way. Okay. Yes. Here we go. Beauty. What a freaking beauty. Thank you so much. There's a chest here that we can get. Look at this. Let's grab this. What is this? Whoa! Level 18 chest, peeps!
I knew about the chest farming thing, so I opened the golden chest a few more times just to see what I could get, and obtained 2 new weapons to add to my arsenal, the Apprentice Wand and the Elder's Staff. Additionally, I strengthened the flame at my altar, and received a quest from the farmer, which required retrieving something for her fireplace from a very dangerous place. Oh boy, I nearly pooped myself. This place definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies, and to top it off, the enemies were super tough. I had to dodge and weave out of trouble, or I was surely going to get my socks knocked off. The best strategy for this place was to remain unseen, which worked best for me. I eventually made my way to the quest's location and obtained the kettle for the fireplace. Alrighty, I had stored up quite an amount of side quests, and I think it was about time to tend to them. Over the next few days, I proceeded to check them off the list one at a time. From crafting the farmer's fireplace to a near-death experience with the mighty VUCA brawler. Fortunately, I found a nifty way of dealing with this big brute. After it, I had to check up on some bridge construction reports, which involved digging up a path to a hidden chest. I also had to find a hidden hunting ground. Then, I took on another matron, let's just say my tactics didn't really work out that well. However, the matron got stuck between a rock and a hard place, which I had to take advantage of and managed to take it down. Finally, I had to take on another mini-boss. I stood my ground and trusted my skills to finish it off for the legendary Fel Commander bow. Yeah, it was back to working on the base again. There were still tons of things to do. I started by changing the landscape with a rake, trying to flatten it as best as I could. Yeah. Shove off, will ya? Then I laid down foundations to map out a blueprint, giving me a better idea of what I was doing. This also marks the beginning of the fence build I had in mind. Next, I focused on building a farm area for my crops, adding a cool spot for the farmer and some fresh farm soil. Afterwards, I finished things off with some seed beds to obtain a few seedlings. I also wanted to get a couple of water wells, but they required extra tools, namely the masonry toolset. There was just one more thing to do, tidying up a bit. Well, let's get rid of this and, hey little buddy! What's up? And then, yeah, see what my options are. I was on my way to the next mission when I spotted a large deposit of copper. I really needed some for a few upgrades, so plans were changed, and I ended up spending the day farming resources. I farmed a whole lot of copper, then gathered some wood logs for charcoal, and some scrap metal to craft a few scrap arrows. On day 56, I planned to embark on the masonry quest. I made the long journey towards the location, battling my way through an enemy camp along the route. Freaking hate it. This dude is doing crazy amounts of damage. Hey! What's up? Let me take all the scrap I can get from these guys. However, things didn't turn out so well for me. So we need to get into the temple. Hey? Location reached. Here we go. Oh. What's going to be in here? What? Oh. Deadly shout? The freak? Oh well, I guess it was now or never, right? I needed to return to the capital, Pike Mead's Reach, and face the fell Wisp Wyvern. Ooh. One. Oh my soul. Oh my soul. You gotta be kidding me, bro. We got this. Woo! That was close, mate. Let's go. Oh, we can do this. Spit it to melee. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wake up, wake up. Oh, I just got that in time, bro. Come on. Oh, frick. One more shot. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. There we go. Woo-wee. Woo, freaking. Let's go. Let's go. After the fight, considering I received the key to the castle, I wanted to scope out the place and unearth its hidden treasures. Here we go. Forest longbow. Okay. Ah, there's a chest here. Just a potion. And there's another chest here. More potions. Oh, another chest. Chain of lightning. Hey, yo, we came that way. Right? And another chest. With more potions. Why couldn't it just be weapons or something? Ooh. Sweet. This looks like a good treasure chest. Oh, God of the North. Level 13. Now that I had obtained the Wisp Wyvern's trophy, I spent the next 2 days collecting the rest of the items needed, from the indigo plant in Revelwood to gathering spark and amber, then onto copper ore, and finally strengthening the flame to the next level. So yeah, now I could actually get through to finding the masonry tools. After dusting up some scavengers that were blocking my way, I reached the location. Although, there were a few obstacles to get through. Nothing too hectic that I couldn't handle. Completing the course set out for me, I was able to get to the research camp and obtain the masonry tools. I returned to base on day 62, where I set up the masonry tools. I then crafted a couple of wells right away and went after the legendary dragon sword, which I learned about from one of the scrolls found during the masonry quest. Fortunately, there was an easier way to obtain it, with some help from Awaken. Making my way up the cliff's edge, I spotted the route to the Dragon Cave and found myself a pretty neat legendary sword. I decided to take care of a few elixir wells for the next day or two, then embarked on a quest to find another obelisk, and tried my luck with a legendary chest at Nomad Highlands Spire. On day 65, I decided to visit my old friends again at Song Frontier. I tried my luck with the big old brute, the matron.
And if I can get this guy out, the matron out. Come here, buddy. Oh, there we go. That does really good damage. If I can hit her. Yes, that's good. Good to know. Come this way, buddy. Hey, there we go. That was also doing a good job. Oh, please. Ah, you.
However, it turned out I could just skip all of that and go after what I really wanted.
I think that's my opportunity to go. Let's go, buddies. All I have to do here is get to the top. I just need to find just something here. Ah, there we go. City wall block. There we go. Brilliant. That's what I needed.
Back at base, I tested out the city block against my base build.
Oh, mate. I think I need to get a whole lot of this.
Considering I had a new block to play with, I began experimenting with a few ideas for a fence build. Eventually, I found a design that I absolutely loved.
Look at that. Who would have thought? Rough wood block would do this kinda beauty. Oh, mate. Oh, mate, I'm loving this look.
And spent the next couple of days working on it. Oh man, this was a tedious task, placing one block at a time over and over and over and over again. Jeez! But I pulled through. I eventually got the job done, and it looks way better than expected. I guess it was worth all the time put into it. By the way, those gaps in the fences were for access to the base, but that would have to wait a while. Time for some fresh air. Off to handle the blacksmith's request.
I'm not sure if that is what we need to get. Let's get below, down, under, mate. Oh, it is aggressive. Never mind. See ya. Is that it there? It seems like it. Yeah, it is. Oh, sweet. That's what we're looking for. Brilliant. All right. Let's get out of here then. All right. So let's get this over and done with. Darn it, man. Sweet. There we go.
Ah yes, there was also the quest for a tanning station that needed attention.
Wishes was lighter. Can't see much here. You guys are killing me. Wee. Hey, where'd you come from, buddy? There you go. Have a nice night. We are looking for buttons. Buttons? Where would we find buttons? There you go. This will open that. Let's grab that and get out of here. Brilliant. Fancy blocks. Fancy smancy. And grab one of these. Thank you very much. I won't be using it anyways. Alright, so where do I need to go? We need to move here. Oh, mate. Oh, that's a matron. Another matron? Oh, frick my soul, man. How am I gonna defeat her? I gotta get you, mates. No. That one. No, no, that one. The matron. Hey, wait, can I get you? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, I'll do this. Kind of figured we can get it from here. Oof. Broskies. Yup. There we go. The matron's down. Brilliant. Let's go get the tannery stuff and get out of here. Thank you very much.
The plan was to upgrade my armor next, and for that I required a few additional materials. I journeyed to the Nomad Highlands Spire, where there was a neat tin deposit I could access. After clearing the enemies in the vicinity,
Hey, Broskies, let's go. And destroying the shroud root. Oh, just would you get this off, please, 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 please? Oh, please. There we go. Where does this guy go? Wait, what are you doing this to me? Let's go to bed. There we go.
Only then could I collect the tin I required. Afterward, I proceeded to gather ammonia glands from the creepy mushroom creatures found in the shroud, but I mistakenly jumped into the red lava thing.
Oh, crap. What the frick?
However, I returned to the area, took down another mushroom man, and finally got myself some ammonia glands. On day 72, I upgraded my armor and shield. Then I shot off to take on the next quest, a black cauldron for the alchemist.
Right, there's a couple of things we have to get from here. Thank you.
After finding the clues left behind, I discovered that I was about to face a new boss, the fell monstrosity.
We got you. Let's go. Build up some stam. We got this. I figure out what he's doing. Incoming! Oh. Oh, wakey, wakey, Kamz. There you go. 10 minutes. All right, we got 10 minutes. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. The foul monstrosity has been defeated.
To craft the alchemy station and complete the quest, I needed some copper bars. So I went out to farm the copper required. While waiting for the copper to process, I took on the matron at Surat's Rest to get the almanac of plants and seedlings.
Okay, well, I courted this crazy person. Or crazy thing. It's just her. I don't know how I got it here. There's some miracle. So it's just this thing and me fighting. And I took out the green dude. I almost thought I was going to get wrecked. Maybe I'll just send in this. Oh, it's done okay. This one's okay. Oh, man. We'll get this down in no time. Mate. There we go. Oh, whoops. Why did I do that? Gotta be careful there, Kamz. There we go. That's what we need. Let's head on over back to camp.
Returning to base, I crafted the alchemy station and placed the almanac. Alrighty, over the next few days, I decided to stock up on some resources. I gathered tin from the Nomad Highland spot, copper from the Revel Woods, salt from the deposit near base, and not forgetting some shroud liquid as well. So, as I waited for the tin and copper to process, I tended to my farm. I seeded some of the vacant plots, soiled the open plots, and gathered the fruits of my labor from the crops that were ready for harvesting. Later on that day, with the items ready, I was able to set up a couple of magic chests, a great addition to the base. Anyways, it was back to farming a whole bunch of resources for a few base upgrades. I gathered wood logs from nearby trees and as much as clear as possible from the Revel Wood. Back at base, while waiting for the items to process, I decided to do a bit of landscaping around the base, just to tidy up the place and make it look a bit more presentable. With the processed items ready, I continued working on the base, completing the third floor using refined wood for the flooring and adding in stairs as well. Then, I focused on putting the finishing touches to my fence. It looked great, but the OCD in me didn't really like the way the roofing looked. A custom build was required. Yeah, I needed some time with this one. So, I was on my way to the next mission, preparing myself to take on the new boss and stuff. However, I came across a roadblock, the dreaded Deadly Shroud.
Okay, never mind. We can't really go there because we have the Deadly Shroud.
There was only one thing I could do, and that was to strengthen the flame. Over the next 2 days, I scoured the lands for the items required for the upgrade, from spark found at the flame shrines,
There we go. Spark is what we need.
to the fossilized bones of the colossal skeletons. Then, down to the shroud to tackle those creepy mushroom men.
Whoop. Watch out for the explosion. Buddy.
And chopping down a few giant-sized mushroom trees for the mint mushroom meat. Did I forget to mention that I needed more tin as well? Anywho, when it was all said and done, the flame was upgraded to level 5. Well, I guess now I could take on the Sun Temple Stories quest. Making my way through the city, I took down the scavengers that were on guard duty. Come on. There you go. Oh, jeez. Great stuff. And scoped out the place, finding a few switches that led me to the lair of the Spectre.
Oh, there it is. So that means it's time to take on the freaking Spectre. Oh, great stuff, Kamz. Oh, you're getting me from there. Ah, the freak you get me here. Oh my goodness. This hurts. Come on. Oh! It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Okay, okay, where'd you go? Oh! There we go. Brilliant! Great stuff. Silver Storm.
It was off to the next mission, as I had to find the lost scientific tools for the alchemist.
Is it here? That's what we need. Sweet.
The thing is, I eventually got to the location of the tools, but there was this giant freaking bird in the way, and it was pretty difficult to take down.
This is gonna take me out, bro.
But somehow, I managed to get it down.
Sweet.
And then picked up the scientific instruments from its nest. During my travels, I noticed a spire that I could reach. Eventually, I made my way there and decided to take it on to unlock the next fast travel point.
Alright, so, let's go ahead and do this. There's one right here. Oh, would you just give me a break? There you go. Crazy stuff. Oh, this is the way we need to go. Let's go and grab that. Whoopa. Let's grab that one. And there we go. Home free. We did it. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant.
Alrighty, since I unlocked the Kindle Waste's fast travel, I thought it would be a good idea to go after the legendary glider. However, it turned out to be a long and dangerous journey just to reach the temple where the glider was located. The temple itself was another story on its own. Fortunately, I managed to skip most of the dangers and landed in a room just below the final destination. Here, I had to solve a puzzle by pressing a few buttons and dodging a couple of traps. Not to mention running into some really OP skeletal warriors. I admit, I was a bit scared at first, but I was determined to get the glider, so I pushed through and managed to defeat those punks one at a time. Afterwards, I completed the puzzle room to unlock the door leading up to the location. Oh boy, my troubles weren't over yet. There were those darn giant birds guarding the entrance, and they were pretty high leveled as well. Thankfully, after trying to take down that darn bird, it sorta just flew off into the sunset or something. It was just the break I needed. From there, all that was left to do was to make my way up to the very top of the temple and claim my prize. The legendary Ghost Glider. I must admit that it was rather enticing to give the legendary chest farm a try. There were 3 of these chests around the same neighborhood, and I was really close to the end game. So, it only made sense to rack up as much loot as I could. Boy, did I get some really cool items. A couple of legendary weapons to add to my arsenal, and some sweet armor for added protection, though they weren't complete sets. It was about that time to clear up my journal and take on some of the quests. First, I had to sneak up on a village to find the lost loom for the hunter.
Oh, there it is. This is what we need. Let's get out of here.
Then I moved on to clearing more shard routes to tick off the elixir well duty and rack up more skill points to help strengthen my abilities. Next, I took on another matron, which, by the way, was at max level at the time of recording. It was a nerve-wracking fight as I tried to avoid getting vaporized by its acid attacks, only to find out that I could have avoided that encounter because the real quest was to grab a chest hidden in one of the buildings. Great stuff! Here we go, my friends. It was finally time to tackle my first freaking hollow hole. I really underestimated how lengthy this dungeon was and how many enemies I would have to deal with. It was simply madness, I tell ya. Fortunately, I had enough knowledge to tackle it, and I think I was well prepared. I took on the countless mobs.
Come on, buddies.
Hey. Let me just... Oh, jeez. These guys are crazy. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, it's fine. We can take it. So... I don't think you can either. Nighty night, buddy. Tackled the many puzzle rooms this dungeon had to offer. Alright, there's one here. I'm so scared to find out what these things are. There we go. This should be the last one we need. Get these little screeps. Come on. Yeah. Whatever. And battled my way to free the latest character added to Enshrouded, the Collector. Please tell me this. Hey, Alden Crowley. The Collector has been set free. Considering I had a few days left to complete this journey, I thought I'd take this time to add the finishing touches to the base. Yes, that meant completing the gateways to my base by building a custom roof with the roof tiles block. I placed down the rest of the paving around the base, as well as tidying up the landscape. Then, I gathered some supplies to spruce up the interior of the base, giving the Collector his own little throne or tomb-like thing, whatever you want to call it, complete with lighting and a few extra bits and bobs. Finally, I upgraded my bedroom with a cool new bed and a few added homely touches to round things off. To me, this is by far one of the best bases I have built. I mean, it looks freaking amazing and pretty cozy as well. From the awesome base design inspired by the houses found in Enshrouded to the meticulous handcrafted fence design and the farming area that I created, I was truly impressed with how things turned out. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Well, I was surely going to face tougher dungeons now that I had completed the easier one. So, I opted to take down a few more shard roots to gain a couple of skill points. I needed to maximize my abilities to take on the hordes of skeleton warriors found in the hollow holes. Speaking about hollow holes, the Revelwood Hole was up next. This was slightly more challenging than the last, as I made my way from room to room, fending off the mighty skeletal mobs. A bit more difficult to take out, but we can. Not too bad. Although, I am going with my sword, so let's try this way. Hey, buddy! What's up? And you too! Have a nice night. Oh, there's more. Let's see. Rotblood. Oh my goodness. He's a beast! Yeah! And tackling the tricky challenges set out in this dungeon. Oh, we have some fireballs here. Oh man. Shh. Good luck, Kamz. I don't know where to go. Come on. Ah, there we go. Brilliant. Found the way. Just jumping and hopping. Wondering where I need to go. Oh, mate. A slip and sliding time. Oh, jeez. Oh, freak. Never mind. Gonna be losing HP here. We can't use that. Oh, myself. Oh, myself. No. Okay. That didn't work out for us. Hey. Gotta take care of these little screeps. However, those were the least of my worries, as at the end of this dungeon, I had to take on the colossal Hollow Cyclops. Wait, oh jeez. Okay. Wait. Oh, they doing some damage? They, shooting up the butt there. We need to take him out here. Oh, you got me, man. Whoop. Come on, we got this. Nice. Oh man, I need to keep these guys with me. No time to rest now, peeps. I was off to the next dungeon, the Nomad Highlands Hollow Hall. Oh man, this was a dungeon not to be messed with. The enemies here were tougher than expected. Can't be slashing around here. Actually, I can. Just this big brute I need to get rid of. I gotta do more of these. Yeah, you see? That takes him out, bro. And the puzzle rooms, we're on another level. No, literally on another level. Let's go and grab this. Let's go and grab these two. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yep, just like that. Brilliant. Get out of here. Or would you just, let me just get him, at least. Oh, got it halfway. Oh my soul. Come on. Did you freaking knock me out, man? My sword's not gonna make it the next round. They're almost there. Come on, buddy. Eventually, I got through and made my way to claim my prize. Oh, find a freaking leaf. Oh, that was just painful. Painful. This is what we need. Snake spine wand. Yeah. Okay. I had a few more days to take on the final dungeon, and it was going to be one heck of a fight. So, I did my best to prepare myself. I collected the materials required, like iron ore found in a deposit in the Shroud, and then that. Yeah, I don't even want to try and pronounce it. Then, I headed off to the Kindle Waste to farm yucca fruit and gather a bunch of spark from the flame shrines to max out my flame strength. These last 2 days were spent prepping the items needed to help me with the last hollow hall. I managed to find a cool little farm that had just about all of the items I needed to cook up the recipes. So, I farmed as much as I could. I then returned to base to process the raw materials into items I could use and cook up a storm with a bunch of soups, broths, and everything in between. Oh yeah, I also had to go back into the hollow halls to grab some more resources to use in a special recipe. Day 100, my friends. Time to take on the final dungeon. Oh yeah, you could tell this was going to be an extremely tough challenge. The mobs here were pretty darn OP. I'm glad I upgraded my melee skills and buffs for this one, because these dudes can do some serious damage. Oh! More incoming. Well, it's a good thing we have the leech life, so that helps us a ton. Jeez, there's so many of them. This is oh, would you just let me just get out of here? Come on. I'm just like slashing them and my sword's already broken. Yes. Come on, let's go, buddies. Come on. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Jeez. Look at these things, it's crazy. There's so many of them. Jeez. Well, at least we got the freaking 2 swords, man. I would have died with it if I didn't have the other. There you go. One there. And a couple here. Come on. Let's go. Boom, son. Oh, yes. Crazy stuff. But hey, it's over. We can stop fighting now. Don't even get me started on that darn freaking glider course. Who thinks about that stuff? It was torture, I tell you. Freaking torture. Well, this is it. I am going to try and do this. Ooh.
Would I make it? Can I make it?
Oh, come on.
Come on. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Jeez. Respawn. Freaking made it. Oh, son. We freaking made it. I want to save it here. Well, I mean, not save it, but get this checkpoint thing. I don't want to do that again.
And for the final stint, I had to take on not one, but 2 freaking skeletal cyclops with backup. And I was on my own. Jeez.
Come on. Take care of him, buddy. Come on. Wait. I just... There. This dude. Go after him. Go after him. Oh, he's coming. He's coming after me. We got you to ourselves, buddy. I think we have to... Oof. Chase. I'm gonna try and attack you from here. So we'll take you out, at least. Come on, buddy. Aren't you dead yet? Oh, we got one. Oh, oh, smokes. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, smokes. That's definitely not good. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. So close to taking you out. Oh, almost there. There we go. That's it. Oh, son. Let's go.
Hoo-wee. Once that was over, I had to clear out more of those creeps and claim my prize.
Master, the Kindle wastes. Hollow halls. We sure mastering it now, son. There it is.